Disney's string of mediocre content continues. It's been a while since there's been anything super fun or super worth talking about on the Marvel end of Disney+. People are blaming superhero fatigue in general, but I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it's the content that they're delivering is just kind of regurgitating the same sort of mediocre milquetoast yay feminism from the 80s or 90s over and over again, which I'll get into in a second as we discuss the first episode of What If. All right, if you are looking for an alternative, looking for something different, looking for a great comic book, back Deus Vult today. Deus Vult is my fantasy comic that's a lot like Marvel used to do before it was a big corporate property, back in the early 70s when they had greats like John Buscema or Steve Ditko working for the company and making great books. If you loved Conan the Barbarian or Doctor Strange from the 60s, anything like that, you're going to absolutely love Deus Vult. Check it out. The link is in the description below, and I appreciate everybody who supports the channel by supporting our awesome, good work. Now, the story of the day is Marvel's What If. Now, Marvel's What If is a sort of anthology series, which is just going over the what if people did different things, rather than the standard Marvel continuity. With all the continuity stuff that's kind of all over the map at this point, it doesn't really hold the gravitas it did when the comic book of this nature came out in the 70s, but I do applaud the fact that they're at least trying an anthology series. Anthology series really haven't been taking off very well in 2021 or in the last decade or so, because people really love the serial where characters progress and you get to kind of grow and learn with them and be a part of their lives. It's really enticing to the modern audience to have that. But if you look at like the greatest television in history, you get a lot of great stuff from anthology series like Twilight Zone or Outer Limits or something of the like that. So I like that they're trying something a little bit different here on that level. Unfortunately, with the premiere in the first episode, they kind of just screwed the pooch by producing the same old boring story over and over and over again, which they always do. They took Peggy Carter, who is part of the Captain America mythos, and just made her into Captain America instead of Steve Rogers. So we have a strong female lead who is just as good as Captain America, perhaps even better because she's a woman. And they had the same old cringy lines over and over and over again about like,
what, you think I can't do this just because I'm a woman? Oh, you think I can't fight just because I'm a woman?
And they did this crap. It's so tired. I just like, if I hear that line ever again, it just makes me want to vomit every single time. It's been every freaking movie for the last 30 years, every comic book, every TV show.
Just because I'm a woman, I can't beat you up. I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's just, man, it's a headache. And it happened here. Now, it didn't go in that badly as it went through the episode, and actually Steve Rogers did have a part in it where he was actually doing something a bit heroic and wasn't just like the man bumbling and fumbling all over himself like they typically do. He got into like a giant mech robot suit and started helping out too, which was pretty cool. But of course it was the traditional gender swap, blah blah blah, and they went off and just had a generic plot where they fought Hydra and then she woke up in the future, just like Captain America did. So it just like wasn't an enticing plot, wasn't that interesting. Disney, if you want to do something different like an anthology series, really try to flex what you're doing. Do something different. Do something that's out there. I mentioned the Twilight Zone before. The reason that it worked is because the high concepts were so over the top and different. You didn't see anything like it on TV. And if you want What If to be successful, like the comic book was back in the day, you're going to have to step up your game and do that here. Now, I don't know that I expect that to happen because Disney's a corporate company and they just do their little safe milquetoast stuff. That's what they do over and over and over again. All the Disney Plus stuff so far has been that, and every movie really since Endgame has been exactly that as well. You don't get the cool creativity or the fun or the difference like you did, honestly, just a few years ago with the Netflix Marvel stuff. They actually went outside the box and did things that were compelling. I don't know what it's going to take to get back to that, but it seems like these companies are just not capable of doing so at this juncture. What do you think about this? Be interested to hear your thoughts on the premiere of What If. Leave a comment down below and hit that like and subscribe button. We will be back soon.